Okay, I'm sorry guys, I completely forgot to go live. Now we are on live on YouTube. The class is live on YouTube. I forgot to do that. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's continue, guys. Okay, here we go once again, guys. Well, that is reported speech. In other words, I think the reported speech can be considered gossiping. Any of you know the meaning of the word gossip? What is gossip? Gossiping. What's gossiping? Anyone? Gossiping. Come on, guys. This is gossip. Okay, look. They are not talking. They are exchanging information secretly. So they are gossiping. Gossiping means in our language means chismeando, gossiping. So reported speech can be considered gossiping. What is considerado chisme? Because you are repeating, okay, you're repeating information, words, statements about, I don't know, what you heard in the past. So the man in this picture is repeating what he's heard. So the girl is surprised. He said, oh my God. You see? So that is reported speech. Let me stop this once again. Well, let's practice the grammar study about the reported speech. Okay, this is the use of the reported speech. Remember, reported speech is to repeat, repetir, to repeat the information that you heard before. Information that you heard before, información que has escuchado antes, you repeat it. It's sort of like gossiping, as I said, but it's repeated information. When we repeat information from another person, but using our own style in a different way, all right? So that is reported speech. Okay, so something quite important in reported speech is that we use some tenses. The tense must go back. The tense must one tense back. If you heard something in present simple, you report in past simple. If you heard something in simple past, you report in past perfect. If you heard something with the verb to be in present, you report in past, and so on. Look, give me a minute, please. Okay, guys, that is reported speech. Please try to understand. Probably this might be confused for you. This is the first time you're trying. This this structure is for intermediate students of English. So that means it belongs to probably B1 or B2. As I said, listen please. Reported speech is basically to repeat what another person has said. So you heard that information and you want to change the information, not actually change, share the information with another person. So use report speech. As I said, it's a sort of gossiping. That is the use. Now let's focus on the form, the structure of the report speech. Well, guys, listen, please. When we use report speech, it's very important to recognize the tenses. The column number one gonna be what you heard. For example, if you heard, listen, if you heard a piece of information or you heard someone, that information is in the present simple with the verb to be, am, is, or are. You report in past. In other words, you report with the verb to be. If you heard in present with the verb to be, you report in past. For example, okay, sorry guys. Well, in the part number one, please listen, please. In the column number one is the column, the things or the information you heard. This, what you heard, lo que tú escuchaste. What you heard means lo que tú escuchaste. Si lo que escuchaste estuvo en presente, utilizando el verbo to be en presente, am, is, or are, am, is, or are, they are the option of the verb to be in the present. You report, tú reportas, you report with the verb to be in past. In other words, you repeat the information by use the verb to be in past. Okay? For example, this is what you heard. Esto fue lo que escuchaste. Alice is beautiful. Alice is beautiful. Then you report. Report quiere decir que le vas a pasar esa información a alguien más. De pronto alguien que no estuvo ahí en ese momento te pregunta, ¿y qué dijo esa persona? ¿Qué dijo? Ah, él me dijo que, o él dijo que. What is those option? Is this one. He said, él dijo. He said that, él dijo que. Or the second option. He told me that, él me dijo que. So you have two different options for the reported speech. He said or he told me that. This is the information or the piece of information you heard. As you can see, this is the verb to be in present, so you report in past. Is. What is the past of the is? The past of is was. He said that Alice was beautiful. He told me that Alice was beautiful. Another example. Look, my mother is from Ecuador. Is using the verb to be in present. So you report. You have to report this. My mother is from Ecuador. You report using the option number 1 or using the option number 2. In the option number 1, he said that or the option number 2. You see? This is report speech. Como usted está viendo, es muy parecido, como les dije antes, como una especie cuando se ve, cuando están chismeando, porque es parecido. Porque así comenzamos. Te cuento. ¿Qué me vas a contar? Te cuento que esta chica había dicho que. Te cuento. Me acaban de informar que el chico este había dicho que. It's the same like a gossiping. Alright? So that is the reported speech. This is the rule number 1. Esta es la regla 1. The rule number 1. Lo que usted escucha, si usted lo escuchan utilizando el verbo to be in presente, am, is, and are, you report with the verb to be in past. Quiere decir que al reportar se baja un tiempo. One tense back, baja un tiempo. Present to past. The present to past. All right? Let's carry out another example. This is the verb to be. Let's continue with something else. Another kinds of verb, please. Present simple. Past simple. Let me think a new one. I don't like. There you go. Perfect. Now, present simple to past simple. Always we go 1/10 back, right? We move 1/10 back. Present simple to past simple. For example, in the number one, I like playing soccer. What's the verb? ¿Cuál es el verbo ahí? Please, work with me. Anyone, please.
Like.
Yes, thank you. That's correct. Like. In the number two, what is the structure in the number two? My sister doesn't like cooking.
Like.
Okay, it's like, but it's negative. In the number three, what is the modal?
Swing.
Swing.
Swing is the verb, but we have a modal. What's the modal?
Come.
Yes.
Can.
Yes, absolutely. And the number four, what is the negative?
Don't like.
Perfect.
Don't.
Excellent. So we need to identify the tense. This is present simple. Like, doesn't like, can't, and don't like. This is the column what you heard. Esto es lo que usted escuchó de esa persona. Esa persona dijo, me gusta jugar fútbol, mi hermana no le gusta cocinar, yo sé nadar muy bien y la verdad no me gusta trabajar los sábados. Entonces, ¿qué sucede? Que alguien no estaba ahí y después de 1 hora, 2 horas o al día siguiente le pregunta a usted, oye, ¿y qué dijo esa persona? Entonces, ¿qué tiene que hacer usted? Reportar. Se lo llama gramaticalmente reportar. Reported speech. You need to report speech what the other person has said. You need to report. Si lo que usted escuchó está en present simple, la otra persona describió parte de su vida, su gusto, su disgusto, cualquier tipo de información, pero lo hizo en present simple, ¿usted con qué lo va a reportar? What tense?
Past simple.
Past simple.
Yes. Okay, so let's analyze. What is the past of like? What's the past of like?
Like it.
Like.
Liked. Correct. Be careful with the pronunciation, guys, okay? Quite important. Like, liked. Number two, doesn't like. What's the past? What's the past? Come on, guys. Don't let me down. I know you know it. I know you can do it. What is the auxiliary verb for past?
Dig.
Yes. Didn't. Didn't like. Period. That's it. Didn't like. What's the past of can? The past of can is could. No problem. And the last one. What is the past of that negative structure?
Didn't like.
Yes. Perfect. So remember, or you need to go 1/10 back. Siempre bajo un tiempo. 1/10 back. 1/10 back. And now we report. Look, we have the two different options. Option number one and the option number two. Number one, he said that. Él dijo que. Obviously, we cannot repeat the subject I. No podemos repetir I porque está diciendo, él dijo que yo, y no estaba hablando de mí, sino estaba hablando de él mismo. So we cannot repeat the subject I. So we said he. Él dijo que él. He said that he lied playing soccer. That's it. Or the second option, he told me, él me dijo, you see? He said that he liked playing soccer, or he told me that he liked playing soccer. Let's continue. You see? In the same way here. Is his sister. No puedes poner my sister. Porque estás diciendo, él dijo que mi hermana, y no se estaba refiriendo a la hermana de uno, sino a la de él. He said that his sister didn't like cookie, or he told me that his sister didn't like cookie. All right? This structure is not difficult, guys. You must recognize. The point here is recognize the tense. If you recognize the tense, is the verb to be in present or is the verb to be in present? So you report with the verb to be in past. If you heard is in present simple, so you report in past simple. In the same way here. Look. Or the second option. You see? And the last one is actually the same. He said that. Come on, I need more room. Cool, okay, that's it, no problem. Well, guys, question please. Preguntas, por favor, questions. Let's carry out the first activity, but before that, I need to tell me if you have any question.
Siempre va a elegir del primero.
No. Puede ir cualquiera, puede ir mi mamá, mi papá, ella, ellos. Yo he puesto he porque imaginé que es un hombre el que está diciendo eso. Ok, so he said, pero en vez de he, imaginémonos que puede ser una chica. El pronombre varía. Puede ser she, puede ser my mother. My mother told me that Alice was beautiful. Mi mamá me dijo que Alice era hermosa. Or you can say Peter. Peter said that he liked playing soccer. Peter dijo que le gustaba jugar fútbol. So we have no problem with the subject. Any subject. Something quite important in here is the tense, please. The tense. If you heard, so that is the column number one. What you heard, lo que tú escuchas. What you heard, lo que tú escuchas. You report, lo que tú reportas. The present with the verb to be. Am, is, are. So you report in the past. Was, were. What you heard is in present simple. So you report in past simple. Let's carry out the first activity. Give me a minute, please. This is the first activity of our reported speech. Look at this example. This is a man, and this man says, I feel hungry. I feel hungry. So we need to report what this person said. Look, in the report, Sam. Who is Sam? This person is Sam. So we report, Sam said that he felt hungry. Felt is the past of feel. Feel, present. Felt, past. So remember, if you heard the piece of the information in present, you report in past. Okay, so let's practice that. This person is Kelly. And Kelly had a conversation with you in the morning. Kelly had or held a conversation with you in the morning. Kelly said the 10 pieces of information. So you're going to report everything what Kelly said. You're going to report. For example, let's focus on the number one. Kelly says, my kids are at home. Kelly, my kids are at home. So let's report what Kelly said. Kelly said that her kids were at home. So this structure is reported speech. Aquí usted ya ha reportado a alguien más lo que Kelly le contó. Kelly said that her kids were at home, right? So guys, for this activity, you will have 5 minutes. I'm gonna share the link. Give me a minute, please. There you go, guys. That's the link. Click on the link and start working. You have 5 minutes.
Engineer, esto hay que enviarlo al email.
No, miss, it's for the class only. Two minutes. So far, 36 students, unusual. There were 42, 41. Today, 36 students. Well, volunteer, please, for the number 2. Click on the button, yes, please. Thank you, Miss Alisa.
Kelly said that she couldn't go to work.
Exactly, thank you. So we move 1/10 back. Couldn't. That's correct. Mr. Pedro Olivo, number 3, please.
Kelly said that she didn't know the answer.
Okay, correct. In the number 3, didn't know. Mr. Vargas Joel, thank you. Number 4, please.
Kelly said that she had some free time.
Exactly, correct. Number 4, had, the past. Okay, Miss Estefania Quinto, number 5, please.
Katie said that she was late for class.
Yes, exactly. She was. That is the reported speech. Correct. Mr. Jordan Castro, thank you. Number 6.
Hi. Kelly said that she walked to ate lunch.
That's correct. Thank you, Mr. Castro. Yes. The number 6, wanted. Miss Leon Antonella, number 7, please.
Kelly said that her didn't feel well.
Okay, but it's not her, it's she. Kelly said that she didn't feel well. Be careful with that.
Okay.
Number 8, please. Anybody else? Number 8. Okay, but what's the past of feel? Kelly said that Sam. Okay, Miss Navarrete, please help me with the number 8. Thank you. Melissa.
Kelly said that the pens were blue.
Okay, that's a 9. That's correct. The pens were blue. What about the number 8? Who can help me? Number 8. Please, the number 8.
Kelly said that Sam.
Okay, the number 8.
Kelly said that.
Yeah, but feels is the present. So in the reported speech, we use the past. Kelly said that Sam felt hungry. Felt, the past of the verb feel. Okay, the number 10, please. Miss Antonella Leon, thank you. Number 10.
Kelly said that my or no.
No. Te está diciendo a ti. Entonces yo reporto que él dijo que yo tenía razón. ¿Cómo sería eso? Cuando yo hablaba con Kelly, ella me dijo, tienes razón, me dijo, you are right, tienes razón. Entonces yo reporto, Kelly dijo que yo tenía razón. What about the number 10? Anyone, please, for the number 10.
No sería Kelly said that my were
No,
right.
but it's no my. Es el sujeto yo.
I.
¿Qué más? I
was right.
Yes, I were right. El verbo to be en pasado. I were right. Kelly said that I were right or I was right. You get 2 options. I was right or I were right. That's correct. Perfect, guys. Okay, so this is the reported speech in 2 different tenses. Aquí ese reported speech lo hemos visto solamente en 2 tiempos. El verbo to be en presente, que se baja un tiempo al pasado, y el presente simple, the present simple, bajamos un tiempo que es past simple. Okay, let me start this. Give a minute. Activity number 2, guys. Well, in this activity, we're going to use once again the report speech. They are 16 exercises. 16 exercises. Each exercise has 3 different options. So you must read carefully and decide which is the correct option for the report speech. I have a little too much noise here. Well, something else is this. Read, please. Four questions have 2 possible answers. 4 questions have 2 possible answers. Okay? Gonna share the file. Give a minute. That's the link, please. 5 minutes, guys. 1 minute. Please compare your answer. You have 1 minute to compare your answer, please. Let's continue. Give a minute, please. Let's continue, guys. Well, now it's time to report questions. These two examples about report, remember, we practice in two different tenses. Both of them in present simple, one with the verb to be and the other the present simple itself. Remember, to report something, we need to go 1 tense back. 1 tense back. Se va un tiempo. 1 tense back. All right, so now it's time to practice the same, but in questions. All right, so let's practice the same structure, but in questions. Okay, guys, so in the last two structure, what time is it? And do you know the Central Park? We're going to report these questions. The structure is the same. We need to go 1 tense back. All right? It's the same, 1 tense back. If the verb to be is at present, we report in past. Present simple, past simple. What's the new here? The new is the word ask in past. asked. He asked. Because it's a question, we report. It's the same in our language, es lo mismo que en español. Tiene que haber tenido algún momento que una persona le preguntó algo, usted le respondió, y de pronto un familiar, su mamá o su papá le pregunta, ¿y qué te preguntó? Entonces usted reporta. He asked. Él me preguntó qué, si yo, y reportamos, ¿verdad? Lo mismo sucede aquí en inglés. It's the same. But in English, we need to be careful. Remember, we go 1/10 back. Bajamos un tiempo, 1/10 back. The procedure is the same. The verb to be in present, verb to be in past when we report. Present simple, we report past simple. Give a minute, please. Too much noise. Well, so in this question, we have the verb to be, and this one, the verb itself is no. So we said, he asked. Look, so we have a question, so we need to invert. We need to invert this. For example, in the, come on. I think my internet connection is pretty poor today. Okay, so we start. He asked what? Be careful with this. Look. Over here, we have two different options because this is the present. You see? You see the difference? What time is it? Then you report. He asked what time it was. Él preguntó qué hora eran. Acá, cuando usted lo escucha, ¿qué horas son? So you report. He asked me what time it was. The number 2. Don't confuse, guys. Look. If I, si yo. Aquí va a entrar la palabra si yo, porque la pregunta me la hacen a mí. This is the question. ¿Por qué me la hacen a mí? Porque aquí está you. So this is direct question. Do you know the center part? He asked if I knew the center part. Preguntó si conocía el parque central. Do you know the central part? He asked if I knew the central part. What time is it? He asked what time it was. Or you can also word in here with the same tense. It depends. Let's practice. This is the reported speech for questions. Yes or no questions. Look. Yes or no question o WH question. Yes or no question, recuerde, es cuando la pregunta empieza con do, con does, con is, con are, con am. Entonces, una pregunta de sí o no. WH questions, okay, es cuando comienza con what, when, where, why, how, and so on. That's the difference. Yes or no question and WH questions. Kathy asked, it is 2 o'clock. Kathy asked if it was 2 o'clock. Or Kathy asked, what time is it? Kathy asked what time it was. All right, let's practice. This person is Maggie. And these are some questions that Maggie asked. There are 10 different questions that Maggie asked. You are going to report these questions. For example, in the question number 1, Maggie says, is the meeting at 3? Is the meeting at 3? So you report this question. Look, Maggie asked if the meeting was at 3. Look the question. Is, was. All right? Let's do it. You're gonna share this with Tiffany. Give a minute. That's the link, guys. Please get the link. Click on the link, get the file, and start working. 5 minutes. 2 minutes. "32 students, unbelievable. So 5 students have left the meeting. Okay. 5, 6 estudiantes han abandonado. No han dicho nada. Okay, so let's do it, guys. I need some volunteers for the number 2, please. One volunteer for the number 2. Come on, guys. Number 2. Anyone? Thank you,
Maggie,
Miss Stefania.
Maggie asked if they were here.
Yes, that's correct. So the number 2 is they were. That's correct. Okay, Miss Sanchez, thank you. Number 3.
Maggie asked how is was.
Okay, Maggie said
Who is was.
okay, but is who she was. Siempre invertimos. Who she was. Maggie asked who she was. That's correct. Thank you. Mr. Pedro Olivo, number 4.
Maggie asked what his name was.
Yes, exactly. Maggie asked what his name was. Perfect. Bring it on. Okay, another volunteer, please, for the number 5. Okay, Mr. Joel Vargas, thank you.
Maggie asked, were you okay?
No. Maggie asked if
Were
it
you?
was okay.
no puede ser tú, porque ya le estás reportando a alguien más. Maggie me preguntó
was.
si yo estaba. Exactly, I was. Okay.
Okay.
Maggie me preguntó. Claro, recuerda que es más o menos cuando tú reportas. Pues. Imagínate que estás conversando en la mañana con un compañero, un amigo conocido, y en ese momento él te pregunta, oye, ¿tú estás bien? ¿No te ha pasado nada? Tú le dices, no, yo estoy muy bien. Entonces, por la tarde, tú le reportas lo que conversaste. Entonces tú dices, ¿sabes qué? Maggie me preguntó si yo estaba bien. Okay, number 6, please. Another volunteer for the number 6.
Maggie asked if
Maggie's asked
right.
Okay, please, just one single student. Por favor, presione el botón yes para saber. Number 6, please. Presiona el botón yes. Algunos les salen levantar mano, raise hands, a otros tienen el botón yes. So click on that button, please. From the number 6, please. Come on. Okay, Mr. Castro, Jordan.
Hasta ahí, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Maggie asked me if I could drive.
Yes, that's correct. Maggie asked if I could drive. El can pasaría could. 7, please.
Maggie asked my where Tom was.
That's correct. Where Tom was. Perfect. Number 8, please. Number 8. Anyone? In the number 8, we have to switch work from present to past.
Maggie asked where Mary worked.
That's correct. Number 8, where Mary worked. Number 9.
She was late.
Yes, if she was late. Good. Number 10, please. Last one. Come on, guys. Number 10.
Maggie asked if they liked Toronto.
Correct. If they liked Toronto. That's good. Okay, guys, so that's the way how to work with reported speech. Any questions so far, please? No questions. Interested. Okay, so guys, remember, probably on, Jesus. Okay. Well, so for the next week, there will be more activities on the platform Moodle. Okay, and the Moodle platform, you will find more activities. Activities for question tags, agreement and disagreement, neither, either, both, and reported speech for the next week. So you will find more activities about what we learned during this week. And the quiz number 3, I think the quiz number 3 will be the next Friday. Next Friday. Remember, the quiz number 3 is gonna be a bit difficult. You have to study a lot. Question tags, agreement and disagreement, neither, either, both, and reported speech. 4 new topics for the quiz number 4. Okay, guys, I think my time is up. No questions? Well, so thank you very much, guys, for having me. I'll see you next week. Have a nice weekend.